Edward scolded the twin severely, but told Gordon that it served him right. Gordon was furious. A train full of rail enthusiasts had arrived from the mainland. Birdie the bus helped them travel across the island to see the sights, and the other engines helped too. On their last afternoon, they were going to the China Clay Works. Edward was chosen to take the special, though he found it tiring to start the heavy train. "Oh, do you see him straining?" asked Henry. "Positively painful," put in James. "Just pathetic," grunted Gordon. "He should give up and be preserved before it's too late." "Shut up," burst out Duck. "You're all jealous. Edward's better than any of you." "You're right, Duck," replied Boko. "Edward's old, but he'll surprise us all." "I've done it, we're off. I've done it, we're off." Bill and Ben were delighted with their visitors. They loved being photographed and took the visitors to the Clayworks in a break van special. Everyone had a splendid time, and the visitors were most impressed. Then they came back so Edward could take the visitors home. On the way home, however, the weather changed. Wind and rain buffeted Edward. His sanding gear failed, and his fireman rode in front, dropping sand on the rails by hand. "Come on, come on, come on," panted Edward breathlessly. "This is dreadful." But there was worse to come. Before his driver could check them, Edward's wheels slipped fiercely again and again. With a shrieking crack, something broke and battered his frame and splasher up and out of shape. His crew ran out and saw the damage. "Whoa, Edward, are you alright, old boy?" I'm fine. Check the passengers." After they did, the crew carefully inspected the damage. Repairs took some time. "One of your crank pins broke, Edward," said his driver at last. "We've taken your side rods off. Now you're a single, like an old-fashioned engine. Can you get these people home? They must start back tonight."
"Huh," said Gordon. "That's no use. Edward can't push the train." "The driver won't choose you again," said Gordon. "He wants strong engines like us."
"Edward is impossible," he grumbled to the others. "He clanks about like a lot of old iron, and he is so slow, he makes us wait."
"I'll try, sir," promised Edward. They backed down to where the line was more nearly level. Edward puffed and pulled his hardest, but his wheels kept slipping and he just could not start the heavy train. The passengers were growing anxious. The driver, fireman, and guard went along the train, making adjustments between the coaches. "We've loosened the couplings, Edward," said the fireman. "Now you can pick your coaches up one by one, just as you do with trucks." "That will be much easier," said Edward gratefully. So, with the fireman standing carefully in front, the driver gently opened the regulator. "Come on," puffed Edward. He moved cautiously forward, ready to take the strain as his tender coupling tightened against the weight of the first coach. The first coach moving helped to start the second helped the third, and so on down the train. I've done it, puffed Edward, his wheels spinning with excitement. "Steady, boy," warned his driver, skillfully checking the wheel slip. "Well done, boy." You've got him! You've got him!" And he listened happily to Edward's steady beat as he forged slowly but surely up the hill. The passengers were thrilled. Most had their heads out of the windows. They waved and shouted, cheering Edward on. The Fat Controller paced the platform at the big station. Henry, with the visitors' return train, waited anxiously too. They heard a... Then, battered, weary, but unbeaten, Edward steamed in. The Fat Controller stepped angrily forward. He pointed to the clock, but excited passengers swept him aside. They cheered Edward, his driver, fireman, and guard till the echo, before rushing off to get in Henry's train. Henry steamed away in another storm of cheers, but not before everyone knew Edward's story. Edward's crew explained to the Fat Controller. He soon was sorry that he was cross and congratulated him. Edward went thankfully to the shed, while Duck and Boko saw to it that he was left in peace. Gordon and James remained respectfully silent. The Fat Controller asked Boko to look after Edward's line while he was being mended. Boko was pleased. He worked well and now they run it together. Bill and Ben still tease him, but Boko doesn't mind. He lives at Edward Station, but he's welcome anywhere, for he is now one of the family. Donald and Douglas were the last to accept him, but he often helps them with their goods trains. And the other day they were heard to remark, "For a diesel, young Boko's nae such a bad sort of engine." That, from the Caledonian twins, is high praise indeed.